Hello dear students, good morning. So welcome back to the today's session. So today's session is problem section. Today we are going to solve numericals on motion in a straight line, that is one dimensional. So here it is a problem. What is that? A stone is dropped from top of a tower 100-meter height. At the same instant, another stone is thrown vertically upward from the base of the tower. So just imagine, dear students, let us draw tower. Just imagine this is a tower and its height is given. How much it is? 100-meter height. H is equals to 100 meter. So this total tower height is how much? 100 meter. Then at the same instant, another stone is thrown vertically. So there are two persons standing on tower and the ground. Just imagine top of the tower, a person is standing and he is throwing the stone. Let us take it as the stone A. He is throwing the stone and it starts moving downward in this direction and its initial velocity will be 0. First person, he drops a stone. At the same time, another person on the ground, he projected the another stone. Let us take it as a stone B. Here another person is standing and he throwing the stone. Let us take it as a stone B and he is throwing upward. And how much velocity is throwing? The initial velocity is given 25 meter per second. So 25 meter per second. So at the same time, both the persons, he is dropping the stone and he projecting the stone. At the same time they are doing is they will meet at a certain distance. They will meet at a certain distance. Let us take it as a, this will be x. This will be x. So how much distance covered by stone A? Let us take it as a x. And the distance covered from this stone B, from here to here, let us take it as a 100 minus x, because total tower length is 100 and this stone covered distance x means, if you want this distance means you have to do total distance minus this distance. You will get this one, that is distance covered by stone B. Once again I am going to explain this problem. What they are given? A stone is dropped from the top of the tower. Here tower is there and top of the tower a person is standing. He dropping the stone with a velocity. Initial velocity is 0. Why? Because always while dropping the stone or any object, it is having a 0 velocity. That's why initial velocity will be 0. So at the same time, another person is projected this stone vertically upward. So vertically upward means how much velocity he is throwing the stone? With the velocity 25 meter per second. They are already mentioned. This velocity for stone B. So at the same time they are throwing each other means they will meet at a certain distance, and to meet at certain distance they will take a certain time. Then you have to calculate at what time both will reach and at what distance they will meet. ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಎರಡು ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಕೇಸ್ 1. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ A, right here, consider, yes, the total distance is how much here? X. For stone A I am discussing, and initial velocity is 0. Next, acceleration, it is downward. Acceleration is downward means you have to take a plus g, and the g value they are given 10 meter per second. So just write here A is equals to plus g is equals to plus 10 meter per second square. Then you know that what is the formula to find the distance? S is equals to ut plus half at square. Substitute these values in this equation. What you will get? S means here it is x is equals to initial velocity is 0 into t plus half into a value is nothing but g, that is 10 into t square, we don't know, we have to calculate here time and distance. Just cancel out here, 2 ones are 2 5s are, so x is equals to, this will be what, 0 term, here it is 5t square. Let us take it as a equation 1. This is about stone A. Now let us discuss about a stone B. Case 2 for stone B. Write down here distance S is how much for stone B? Distance covered by this stone B is 100 minus x. Replace here 100 minus x, and initial velocity already it is given 25 meter per second, and acceleration, it is vertical motion, it is vertically upward moving, then acceleration is a is equals to minus g. Then right here a value will be minus g, that is minus 10 meter per second square. Now substitute these values in the given equation, that is s is equals to ut plus half at square. So just replace s is what here, 100 minus x, that is equals to u is 25t plus half as it is, a value is minus 10, t square as it is. Just cancel out here, 2 ones are 2 5s are. Next 100 minus x is equals to 25t minus, plus into minus, minus 5t square. Let us take it as equation 2. Now from 1 you can replace here x value as a 5t square. Here x value is how much, 5t square. Just take this value and substitute here. So you will get 100 minus 5t square, this is equals to 25t minus 5t square, right? Now take this minus 5t to left side. What will happen? This minus t becomes plus t. So 100 minus 5t square plus 5t square is equals to 25t. So here plus 5t square minus 5t square cancel out. So what is the remaining thing here? 100 is equals to 25t. Then t is equals to how much ma? 100 divided by 25, that is 25 ones are 25 fours are. So t value is 4 seconds. So the both the stones will take a time 4 seconds to meet each other. Then just take this value and substitute in this equation. You will get a distance. At what distance they will meet? Right here, equation 1 becomes, that is x is equals to 5t square and x is equals to 5 into t value is 4 square, x is equals to 5 into 16, then x is equals to 80 meter. This is the answer. So it is understood clearly. Once again, just 2 stones are dropping. One stone is dropping and another stone is going vertically upward. So always downward motion, acceleration is positive. Vertical motion, acceleration is negative. Just take a equation, that is third equation of motion, s equals to ut plus half at square. Just take a rough diagram. From this you can write the data clearly. So for stone A, initial velocity will be always 0. Why? Because the stone is dropping. We don't know the initial velocity, that will be 0. Then it is downward motion, acceleration is positive. Then substitute the values. They are given g value as a 10. You will get x equals to 5t square. Then go for stone B. Again stone B having initial velocity 25 meter per second they are given, and acceleration is minus g. And here distance, how we are taking distance? This minus this one. Already stone A covering a distance x and tower distance is 100. 100 minus x means you will get this distance. Just substitute the values in the third equation of motion. You will get a second equation, that is 100 minus x equals to 25t minus 5t square. Right. Now you can replace here x value from this equation 1. Just to substitute 5t square cancel out, then 25 ones are 25 fours. So t value will be 4 seconds. So a person is dropping the stone and one more person is throwing vertically. If at a time both they are doing this, they will meet at certain distance. So at what distance they are meeting, and to meet how much time they will take. That is the question. Is it clear to all? Note down. Yes, we'll start. Next question. What is next question here? A car moving along a straight highway with a speed of 126 km/h is brought to stop within a distance of 200 meter. What is the retardation? They are asking retardation. What do you mean by retardation here? The decrease of velocity with respect to time is known as a retardation. So just write here. First note down the given data from the given question. So car is moving, and car is moving with initial velocity is how much now? Let us take it as a u is equals to 126 km/h, that is kilometer per hour. So just to convert meter per second, you have to multiply it by 5/18 meter per second. Then 2 ones are 2 nines are, then 9 ones are 9 sevens are 7 fives are 35 meter per second. So you have to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. For that, just you have to multiply 5/18. You will get 35 meter per second. Means car is moving in this highway road with the initial velocity how much? 35 meter per second. So is brought to stop with a distance of 200 meter. If any vehicle is stopping means you are applying the brakes now. So once if you apply the brakes means it will cover certain distance and then it will stop. Suddenly it will not stop. So how much distance it is covered after braking? It covers distance 200 meter. So distance is given as that is 200 meter. Then so to cover 200 meter, how much time it is taken? That you have to calculate. So t is equals to question mark. They didn't give. Next, along with that, you have to calculate a retardation also. That is a is equals to question mark. Retardation means negative velocity, means decreasing velocity. That answer should be in terms of negative. Okay, these are the given things. So simple question. Car is moving on a straight highway road, and that car is moving with the initial velocity 35 meter per second. When car stops, it covers how much distance ma? 200 meter. To cover this much distance, that is 200 meter, it will take certain time na? That time how much you have to calculate here. How long does it take for the car to stop? Then retardation also have to calculate. So from these given datas, you can apply second equation of motion, that is v square minus u square is equals to 2as. So here once car stop means wherever stop or rest terms comes means that will be equals to 0. Here final velocity is 0 because stopped. Car is stopped. Wherever stop or a rest word comes means that equals to what? 0. Next, final velocity is 0, initial velocity is given, 2 is constant, acceleration you have to calculate, and the distance they are given. So this can be rearranged as a is equals to v square minus u square divided by 2s. Just substitute a value here. Final velocity is 0 square minus initial velocity is how much ma? 35 square divided by 2 into distance is 200. Now retardation is equals to minus 35 into 35. If you square it means you will get 1225 divided by it will be 400, and final answer is minus 3.06 meter per second square. So retardation is negative, that will be 3.06 meter per second square. This is your required answer. Here negative sign indicates what? Negative sign indicates retardation of the car. Retardation of the car. Next, first one you have calculated. No, second thing, time you have to calculate. How to calculate a time? So from these given data you can apply. Distance is given, then go for third equation of motion. What is that? Third equation of motion, S is equals to ut plus half at square. Right, S is already given. How much it is? 200. That is equals to initial velocity is how much ma? 35t plus 1 upon 2 as it is into acceleration. Acceleration they are given? No, take it as a 9.8 t square. If they are not given, then take a value will be 9.8 meter per second. So just write here a is equals to 9.8 meter per second square. Right. Now this 200 is equals to 35t, or you can write simple way. This will be too complicated. You can use first equation of motion, that is v is equals to u plus at. In two steps you will get the answer. So final velocity will be 0. Initial velocity is how much? 35 plus a is how much? 9.8 into t. Just to take this term here, how much you will get ma? So 9.8 is equals to 35 and t is equals to 35 divided by 9.8. So t value will be, just calculate it, how much you will get t value. Wait a minute, we did wrong. Right. Right. To find the time, we have equation of motion. That first equation, v is equals to u plus at. Next, v is what ma? 0 and initial velocity will be 35 plus a is, just you have calculated retardation, not this value, sorry. Just take this a value, retardation. How much it is? Minus 3.06 into t. Just take this minus from to left side. What you will get? Plus 3.06 into t. This is equals to 35 and t is equals to 35 divided by 3.06. Then t value will be how much ma? Just calculate and tell me the answer. 35 divided by 3.06. This will be 11.4 seconds. Right. So when car is moving with a speed, initial speed is 35 meter per second. When you apply the brake, car will come to rest position or car will stops. While stopping the car, it will cover a distance 200 meter. So to cover this much distance, how much time it will take? 11.4 seconds. And while stopping the car, that acceleration becomes retardation, that is negative velocity will be decreasing. Now slowly car will stop. That minus 3.06 meter per second square. This is the answer. Please note down. Yes, dear students, go for next question. That is, a ball is thrown upwards with a speed of 100 meter per second. So there is a ball, it is throwing upward with a velocity 100 meter per second, that is initial velocity. Next, show that the ball hits the ground with the same speed after returning from the highest point. Once, if you throw any object or any ball, it will reach a certain height. So after reaching that highest point, again it will coming back towards the earth or a ground or original position S. So once if reaches the highest point and it returns to the ground, means it will hit the ground. At what speed the ball will hit? You have to show that hitting velocity speed will be equals to initial velocity, that is 100 meter per second. So initial velocity is 100 meter per second. The same velocity will be having the ball when it hits the ground. When returning to the ground, when it will hit the ground, it is having a in a final velocity will be 100 meter per second. That you have to show. How you are going to show? Let us consider two cases. One is upward motion, another is downward motion. Solution. First case, for upward motion of the ball, first consider, here it is a ground. Look at the board, everyone. So here there is a ground. Here a person is standing and he throwing the ball, and once if he throw the ball means it will reach highest point. Let us consider this is the highest point. So initial velocity is how much here? U is equals to 100 meter per second. So it will reach a highest point means this distance, that let us take it as a h. H is the maximum distance covered by the ball when it thrown vertically upward. That is h. H is the maximum distance covered by the ball. So once it reaches the highest point means its final velocity will be 0. Why? At this final point, at the highest point, that ball or object will be momentarily at rest position. Means its velocity, final velocity will be 0. So ball is moving upward means acceleration will be minus, negative, and they are not given. It is a air resistance will be neglecting. That will be A equals to G. You have to take. Then first condition, when you are throwing the ball. Similarly, you have to calculate when the ball returning, when it will reaches the ground. Once if you reach the highest point, again it will reaching this ground means it is moving with the velocity. How much my initial velocity will be 0, and final velocity once if it hits the ground means its velocity will be how much? 100 meter per second. 100 meter per second ಇಂದ ಅದು ground ನ hit ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ you have to show here initial and final velocity. So downward motion, acceleration A is equals to plus G. Let us apply here. So first condition for upward motion, what are the given things here? Initial velocity is 100 meter per second and final velocity will be 0, and acceleration is for upward motion minus G, that is they are not given. Take it as a minus 9.8 meter per second square. Next so initial and final is given. Height you don't know. So for first condition you can calculate a maximum height. Okay, let h be the maximum distance covered by the ball. Covered by the ball. Then we can apply second equation of motion, that is v square minus u square is equals to 2as. So initial and final velocity is known and the acceleration is known. You can calculate a s here. Instead of s you can take a h because we are talking about a height. That's why. So h is equals to v square minus u square divided by 2a. So here a can be taken as a g minus g. Just substitute our values. Final velocity is how much more? It is a 0 minus initial velocity is 100 square divided by minus 2 into 9.8. Then h value will be, so 0 square, this minus and this minus get cancels. This will be divided by 9.8 into 2. It will be 19.6. If you divide, you will get the answer. 10,000 divided by 19.6. How much you will get? 510 meter. So the height will be 510 meter. Right. So by knowing this height, you can calculate the final velocity. For downward motion of the ball is, for downward initial velocity is 0. So always for downward motion initial velocity will be 0 and final velocity you have to calculate. Then what about the acceleration? It is coming downward, then acceleration is equals to plus g, that will be plus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, so these are the given data. You have to and yes, just you have to calculate it h, that is 510 meter. So by applying these values you can calculate final velocity. Write the formula: v square minus u square is equals to 2ah. Then v square is equals to u square is how much? Just shift this minus u to right side, you will get a plus u square, and u is 0 square plus 2 into 9.8 into h. So h value is given into 510. V square is equals to, just multiply, how much you will get? Tell me the answer. 2 into 9.8 into 510. Yes, it is 9,996. 9,996, and we can consider it is nearly equals to 10,000. Then take it as a 10,000. Then take this square to right side, you will get a square root of 10,000, and square root of 10,000 will be 100 meter per second. This is the final velocity. Initial velocity is what? 100 meter, and final velocity is also 100 meter. So if you take instead of 9.8 at 10 meter per second, means you will get exactly 100. No need to round off here. Okay, now you can try for that also. Just note down. Right. Next, go for next problem. So next question is, a player throws a ball upwards with an initial speed of 29.4 meter per second. So this is the given data. So just write here, initial velocity is how much? 29.4 meter per second. So this is the given data. So player is there, he throwing the ball upward with how much velocity? Initial speed, that is 29.4 meter per second. Next, they are asking 3 questions. So first one, what is the direction of the acceleration during the upward motion of the ball? If a ball is throwing in upward direction, then what is the direction of acceleration? This will be downward, negative g, downward. ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ acceleration ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? Downward motion. So just they are asking the direction. So just write here, first one, what is the direction of acceleration during the upward motion of the ball? That is towards earth, or you can say acceleration, direction of acceleration is downward. Downward. Anyone you can write. Either you can write towards earth or a downward motion. So whenever you are throwing any object in upward direction or a vertically upward direction, then its acceleration is always negative, that is downward. So acceleration direction is downward, or you can write towards earth. Next question, what are the velocity and acceleration of the ball at the highest point? At the highest point you have to say velocity and acceleration values. I will write here only. So once if you throw a ball from ground, it will reach a certain highest point. Let us take it as a highest point. At this point, what is the value of velocity and what is the value of acceleration? Once again, the second question is they are asking velocity and acceleration at the highest point of this ball. So you are projecting this ball vertically upward with the velocity how much ma? Initial velocity is 29.4 meter per second. Once if you throw this ball, it will reach a certain height na? That height can be considered as a highest point. At this point, ball will be momentarily at rest. That velocity will be 0. Again, after that, it will coming downward na? With the acceleration of always downward is equals to plus g, that is 9.8 meter per second square. This is the answer. Second one. Note down. At highest point, the velocity of the ball is, we can write here, v is equals to 0 and acceleration is 9.8 meter per second square. This is the answer for second one. Now go for third. In third question, what they are asking? To what height does the ball rise? Means they are asking a height. At what highest point you said na? From ground to at highest point. So what is the height of that highest point? And after how long does the ball return to the player's hand? First calculate a distance or a height, how much height is there, then you have to calculate a time t. So how the player is throwing a ball means it will take a certain time to reach that highest point. Just here once again, a person is throwing a ball, it is moving in vertically upward direction. So this is a ball, here it is a player and he throwing a ball vertically upward. So once if he projected this ball with initial velocity, then it will reaches the highest point from this point to this position. Let us take it as a h. How much it is you have to calculate, and to reach from here ball is there in player's hand. So if he is throwing means from here to here up to this point, to reach this point it will take a certain time now to reach time, that is how much time. And again at the same instant if it is coming downward means again he is catching the ball means it will take a certain time. Always how much time is taken to reach this highest point, that is the time of ascent is always equals to time of descent. ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂದ ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ತನ್ನ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಿಗೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So this is the question meaning. Let us calculate now. Third one, write down the datas. See to what height they are asking, question mark. Then if it is a vertically upward motion, then what is velocity here? Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity they are given, that is 29.4 meter per second. Then acceleration is what ma? Vertically upward means it is minus g, and that value will be, they are mentioned 9.8. Just write here minus 9.8 meter per second square. Now apply the formula. What is the formula here? Initial and final are given. Consider second equation of motion, that is v square is equals to u square plus 2ah. Instead of s you can consider a h, because here you are calculating a h, height, how much height is there. Now substitute the values, or first rearrange the equation. It will be v square minus u square is equals to 2ah, and h is equals to v square minus u square divided by 2a. Just bring this term to left side. It will be minus u square and this 2ah as it is. Again h is what? V square minus u square upon 2a. Now substitute values, that is h is equals to final velocity is 0 square minus initial velocity is 29.4 square divided by 2 into here acceleration is minus 9.8. So calculate here 29.4. How much you will get? It will be 864.36 divided by 19.6. This is minus, both minus will be get cancelled, then h is equals to, just do it, 864.36 divided by 19.6. How much you will get? You will get the answer 44.1 meter. So this is the height. It's a half question. So to what height does the ball rise? At what height? 44.1 meter. Now next question. After how long does the ball return to the player's hand? So once if you throw the ball means it will take a certain time to reach the highest point. Again the same time it will take to reach the player's hand. That is always time of ascent is equals to time of descent. Then how to calculate a total time? Total time is equals to, you can write capital T is equals to twice of small t. Now first calculate a t. How to calculate a t? By using equation 1. What is that? V is equals to u plus at. Here you can calculate a t here. Just to take the terms, rearrange, you will get t is equals to v minus u upon a. Here final velocity is 0. Then initial velocity is how much? 29.4 divided by acceleration, it is 9.8. Minus minus get cancels and 29.4 divided by 9.8. How much you will get? It is 3 seconds. So from player's hand to reach that highest point, how much time it will take? It will take a 3 seconds. Then you can calculate here 2 into 3. That will be 6 seconds. This is the total time taken to reach a ball to a player's hand. ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 6 seconds. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್. Yes dear students, take a next problem. That is, a car covers first half of the distance between the two places at 40 km per hour and the second half of the distance will be at 60 km per hour. kmph is nothing but a kilometer per hour. We have to calculate a average speed. So to calculate average speed, let us take s be the total distance covered by the car. Let s be the total distance travelled by the car. Then, so to cover first half distance, how much time it will take? First calculate that one. Time taken to travel first half distance is, right here, t1 is equals to first half distance. Total distance is, yes, if you divide half means, just see here, this will be a total distance s. So this is a point A, point B. So first car travels first half distance, that is s by 2, and the second half distance will be s/2. To cover this half distance, how much velocity, how much speed is moving on? 40 km/h. Again, to cover or to travel second half distance, it is moving with a speed 60 km/h. Then you have to calculate average speed of the car. So for that, first calculate T1, T2, then apply the formula. So T1 is how much ma? Distance upon velocity. Velocity formula is what? Distance upon time. If you want to calculate time, T means it will be distance upon velocity. Distance is how much? Half of the distance, that is s/2, and the velocity is how much? This will be 40. Then answer will be s/80. This is time T1. Similarly, the time taken to travel second half distance is T2, that is equals to distance. How much distance? Half of the distance, that is s/2 divided by how much velocity? Speed, that is 60. Then this will be s/120. It is the time T2. Now T1, T2 you know means you can calculate a total time taken right here. Then the total time taken by the car, that is T is equals to T1 plus T2. Just write here, T1 value is how much more? s/80 plus s/120. This is the total time taken. Now write the formula for average speed. What is the formula? Who will say? Average speed is equals to total distance traveled by the car divided by total time taken. Then average speed is equals to total distance. How much it is? S. S is the total distance divided by total time is how much here? s/80 plus s/120. Now take s common, they will get cancelled. Here yes, here s common means 1/80 plus 1/120. S get cancels. Then average speed is equals to, take LCM, this will be 80 into 120 divided by 80 plus 120. Just calculate here, 12 8s are 96 divided by, it is 200. Then your average velocity will be 2 1s are 2 4s are 2 8s are 48 km/h. The average velocity of the car is how much? 28 km/h. So this is the solution. Note down. Take the next problem. A car accelerates from 6 meter per second to 18 meter per second in a 12 seconds. Assuming the acceleration to be uniform, you have to calculate acceleration and total distance covered in 12 seconds. So first write the given data. What are those? So accelerates from means initial and the final velocity is given. So write here, initial velocity is how much? 6 meter per second and final velocity is 18 meter per second, and time is given. To move from 6 meter per second to 18 meter per second, how much time it will take? T is equals to 12 seconds. Then acceleration is uniform means constant. Then you have to calculate first one acceleration and then total distance at T is equals to 12 seconds. Right. First we will calculate acceleration. We know that just take initial and final is given, time is given. You can calculate this acceleration from equation 1, that is v is equals to u plus at. You have to calculate a here, then just rearrange the formula. You will get v minus u divided by t. Now substitute values here. V is how much here? 18 minus 6 divided by time is how much ma? 12 seconds. Then acceleration a is equals to 18 minus 6, how much you will get? 12 by 12. This will be 1 meter per second square. So acceleration value is how much? 1 meter per second square. Now you have to calculate a second one, that is b. You have to calculate a distance covered by the car. So what is the distance formula here? S is equals to ut plus half at square. So you know initial velocity, then time and acceleration. You can calculate a distance s here. Just substitute. S is equals to initial velocity is 6 into t plus, sorry, t is how much ma? 12 plus half into acceleration, just you have calculated now, 1 into time is again 12 square. So here 12 6 it is 72 plus 1 by 2 into 12 into 12. This will be 2 1s are 2 6 again, 12 6 are 72. Then S is equals to 72 plus 72. S is equals to how much you will get? You will get 144 meter. 144 meter. So the car covers 144 meter in 12 seconds. So this is the solution. Note down.